Right now, it's 3 AM, Pokemon Day, and I'm here addressing this. We had this Pokemon Presents today, and the big news was that there's a new DLC coming out. And well, I'm here to tell you why I'm not buying them. Now, if you've known me long enough, you probably know my criticisms of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I outlined them in this video. But the main takeaway I say that you should take from my criticism was that I think the game was not immersive, it's got so many performance issues, and it looks like shit. Now, to me, I feel like these are things that Game Freak, the developers of Pokemon, should be getting right, especially in a Pokemon game. Why? Because Pokemon is pretty much the face of the gaming industry, being the biggest media franchise on the planet. Now, if you hold such a big name, you should not be making garbage like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and sell them to millions. You are not setting a good example for both the industry and especially your own franchise. My problem with making a DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet starts because DLC is additional content to a game. And in this game, it's additional content to a shit game. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's core game don't run well and are barely playable. There are so many issues in the game that include, but not limited to, frame drops, render distance being horrible, horrid visuals, the Pokemon themselves looking ugly because of the color, and just not being to scale or just being too small altogether. I could go on how many issues there are. And adding a paid DLC, which costs almost 55 Aussie dollar dues, which is nearing the price of the actual game, seems insane to me. This shows that Game Freak are not in the business to make actual good games, but just pump out games to make quick money. And I don't think there's a better way to show that we want good games than just not buying the DLC. What do I think Game Freak should have done? Cut their losses, make a third game, or make a sequel to Scarlet and Violet. The original game was extremely rushed, and we all know they did not have enough time to make a good game, and that's obviously why it didn't turn out good. Having the base guns already in their hands, they could have worked on the region more and given a quality makeover for a new game and flesh out all the details to make a high quality game that we deserve. Pokemon have done it in the past. Diamond and Pearl was subpar, so they made Pokemon Platinum. Black and White didn't have the best reception, and they made Black and White too. Even Pokemon Emerald had new content in it after Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Pokemon selling for the DLC instead of making the core game an actual good game seems absolutely pathetic to me. Especially because we have to pay almost the same price to get the DLC that the game was anyway. The Paldea region had so much potential to be a great region, and the games had so much potential to be great games without DLCs. And the fact that we're getting robbed of having an immersive experience like we did in the past, like being able to go into every building and through every door to learn things about towns and cities, find hidden objects, having different quests through different NPCs, it's something that we are really missing out on. A DLC doesn't fix any of that. It does not fix the core of the game. It does not give you the game that you deserve. It just adds stuff to an already bad game. Would I buy a whole new game in the Paldea region? Yes! Yes, I would. I want a full and complete adventure where I'm immersed into the world, like I did with so many other Pokemon games. The fact that we're getting DLCs is just robbing us of that experience. Now, is this me over here trying to tell you that you shouldn't get the DLC either? No. A big reason that I'm doing this is because I started off as a Pokemon YouTuber, I started off as a Pokemon streamer, and Pokemon is still a game that I love. So there is an expectation for me to be a Pokemon fan and play Pokemon on my channel. But I'm not going to do something that I'm not enjoying. That's the thing. I'll play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet every now and again, but it's not going to be something that I'm going to be spending abundant amounts of time on. I know a lot of people like the game. I'm just not one of them. And I've got certain expectations of the game that are not being met. And that's why I'm not going to do it. But at the same time, if I were in your shoes, would I get this new DLC for Pokemon? No, I would not.